Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another update type of video after seeing the first half of The Walking Dead Season 6. In this one, we're going to be incorporating in those episodes from the first half of Season 6 into our top 10 greatest episodes of The Walking Dead ever list. Alright, so I couldn't wait to do this one. I look forward to doing this one every half season after we've got a bunch of new episodes of The Walking Dead, mostly because the show is always improving all the time and, is adding on new things and just really has just been getting better and better, I want to say, the last while. For the most part, generally, season to season, the show just improves in quality and gets better and better. So with this list, this is the weirdest one I've had to do because what's happened with Morgan in The Walking Dead Season 6 has adjusted or changed the order of the previous episodes, which shouldn't really be the case, but I can't help but do it. Now, what I mean is that our previous top 10 list, let's count down what it was after Season 5. We had number 10 was Killer Within, Season 3, Episode 4. Number 9 was Season 2, Episode 12, Better Angels. Big episode, of course, Shane's last episode. Then we had number 8 was Season 3, Episode 15, This Sorrowful Life. Number 7 was Season 2, Episode 1, What Lies Ahead. Amazing premiere. Then number 6 was Clear, so Episode 12 of Season 3. And number 5 was the finale for Season 5 was Conquer, the extended episode. So those two have been adjusted based on what they've done with Morgan this season. Now that we've had a lot more time with Morgan, and it hasn't been... Maybe it's never as good as you quite think it is when you get hyped and you think it's going to be so awesome, this kind of deal. It has been good, I want to say. I've liked what they've... Well, I don't like what they've done with Morgan. I mean, I like to see Morgan more, and I like that they've brought him back to the forefront. We've had a flashback episode. We've had this other stuff with Morgan and had a lot of concentration on him. And it's been interesting and fun to see unfold. But it affects the placement of Clear and Conquer because those episodes were really special, especially Clear, because that was the first time we had seen Morgan from the end of Season 1 when Rick leaves King County all the way to that point. That was the first time we saw him, which made the episode really special. I feel like now that Morgan is back as he's like a regular character in the show every episode to episode, almost every episode. It affects the placement of Conquer and Clear. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Number 4 on the old list was Four Walls and a Roof. Number 3 was Pretty Much Dead Already. Number 2 was No Sanctuary. And number 1 for me has pretty much always been since it aired, Too Far Gone. And I'm not sure if it's ever going to be dethroned. We'll see. We'll see what they have in store for us in the future. It may be. We'll have to see. So the updated list here, I'm going to move some of the older episodes because of what they've done with Morgan. I'm going to move Clear to number 10. On the list. I still think it's one of the best episodes of the series, but I don't think it deserves the spot of place number 6, which would be above Shane's last episode, which would be above Killer Within, Big Death episode, which would be above The Sorrowful Life. After seeing more of Morgan now, a lot of that special, I guess hype or kind of appeal of that episode has been drastically changed for me because of what they've done with Morgan, and the mystique has kind of been taken away a little bit. So I'm going to move that one right down. Conquer, I've actually moved right off the list because of what happened after that, leading into Season 6. It was a really good finale. It was a good episode. But I can't say it's one of the best ever, because we see Morgan come back and it's like, okay, that was awesome at first. And now that he's back and he's part of it, you do get to see death there at the end with Peter in that, in the beginning of the Wolves. But even the Wolves have been a little lackluster. So it affects, the newer episodes affect the older ones and affect their placement. So Clear is going to be moved to number 10 as the 10th best episode ever, in my opinion anyway, in my list. Number 9, I'm going to keep, or going to set to, because it shakes up the numbers, Killer Within. So Killer Within is a huge episode. You guys pointed me out right. This is Season 3, Episode 4. For some reason, I always think it's the 3rd episode. I've done it before in the past before. I know it's the 4th. I don't know why I think it's the 3rd. I think it's because of the Governor episode, which is like a full Woodbury episode. This is like the 3rd Rick's Group episode. In that season. Part of what made Season 3 so amazing, Killer Within, of course, you get the big deaths, you get the big reaction from Rick at the end. One of the biggest moments in The Walking Dead ever when they kill Lori off, and a lot of newer viewers, I'm sure, can remember the first time they saw that episode and just think just being kind of dumbfounded that you wouldn't see them Pryor killing off the main character's wife. That's a pretty drastic death, and really it's part of what makes The Walking Dead what The Walking Dead is, and not just a lot of shows where, the immediate family of our protagonist is always safe and nothing ever happens to them, including maybe friends get killed off, but family never gets messed with, right? The Walking Dead is not that kind of show. So Killer Within, extremely exciting. Of course, T-Dog as well, too. That one deserves to be number 9. Number 8, Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 12, Better Angels. I mean, that one kind of goes without saying. It's Shane's final episode of the series. People that were fans of the first 2 seasons, that's another one where you see them kill off a character that you wouldn't think up to that point, if you were a new viewer, it's almost like you couldn't picture the show without Shane, because he was in so many episodes. It was so huge, and the ending was just so exciting. It set up for an amazing finale. Absolutely one of the best episodes ever. Going to keep that one at number 8. That one I don't think is really ever going to... It should pretty much always be on the list, because it's one of the most standout, memorable episodes ever. Number 7, also another one that's a really memorable episode, Merle's last episode, Season 3, Episode 15, The Sorrowful Life. Another insanely fun to watch, exciting episode. Got some awesome action sequences, and at the end you get a huge death, which was even better than the finale of Season 3, This Sorrowful Life. Amazing episode. So number 6 is going to be Season 2, Episode 1, which is What Lies Ahead. By the way, I'll put all these in the description so you guys can review the old list and the updated new list, and kind of give me your thoughts on what you think, and if you think there's any other episodes that should be on there. I haven't included The Grove. That's one that I've really thought about a lot, because it's an amazing episode. But I just can't quite put it ahead of some of these other ones, I think, that are, what make The Walking Dead so special. So number 6, What Lies Ahead. That episode is it's kind of... I don't know if you guys saw. To describe it best, here's what I'll do. You guys see my video yesterday with Kwame. Awesome video. Had a lot of fun doing a collab. Second half's in his channel. By the way, you can check it out. It's fun. It was great to work with him, by the way, and his friend Duct Tape. So that was really cool. But to compare it to something, kind of in a DBZ mode right now. What Lies Ahead is like the transition from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, where shit just gets real. It's like Season 1 was great, but Season 2, the premiere, What Lies Ahead, you start to see our first zombie horde in the series, really. And man, it just takes the show to another level, I feel like, from the first season. Big improvement. Some of the episodes after that didn't quite hold up to that same standard, which is kind of more normalized now in the series. But What Lies Ahead is an awesome, awesome episode. So I'm comparing it to basically the transition from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, when shit just gets real and it kind of gets a Zenkai boost. It just gets better. So that's number 6. Number 5 is going to be The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 3. Thank You. So that's a new one from this season, Season 6 episode. Thank You. So why would I put that there as in our top 5? Yeah, I think with that one, I mean, the whole fake out deal, spoiler warning, of course, with Glenn and the zombie herd coming through, and, just all around, Rick fighting those wolves, and Nicholas's death, and just this one was a great environment setter. It brought back the fear of the zombies like crazy, because even though you have episodes like where Tyrese gets bitten and you have characters being killed off, this one was really cool because it really made us feel like, I felt like I was watching the comic book series unfolding in a TV show, which is not always the case. I mean, I know the events are a lot of times the same, but the pacing of it was incredible, and to get to see, huge hordes of zombies like that, and to see them kind of get backed off. A lot of us thought Glenn was dead for sure. This was the biggest episode of the half, I want to say. I thought it was better than JSS. I thought it was better than the premiere for sure. And those first couple episodes led up to this. This was just such an action-packed, amazing episode for me. It's just one of those memorable ones that I think will stand the test of time. And unlike Conquer, will stay on the list, as one of the best, because it has such a good mix. And it's almost like I wish they could do stuff like that every episode, but that just would not be sustainable to have every episode like Thank You with that kind of just going big like that and so exciting and everything. It just wouldn't be sustainable over the seasons. You need your slow episodes too. But our Season 6 edition for the top 10 greatest list, I'm going to choose and put in Thank You. JSS was almost there, but I couldn't put it above What Lies Ahead, This Sorrowful Life, Better Angels, Killer Within, and even Clear. I just couldn't quite do it. It has a lot of action and it's great and everything like that, and the fighting with the wolves. But they were a little bit lackluster, I think, the wolves. So hopefully we're going to see more of them in the second half. So that's going to be number 5. Number 4 is going to be Four Walls and a Roof, season 5, episode 3. Amazing episode, of course. The end of the Terminus, part. Still was an episode that I geeked out at the end of it. I just went nuts. It was just so brutal, and gory, and crazy. It's still one of the best of all time for sure. Then season 2, episode 8, Pretty Much Dead Already. Awesome mid-season finale. Some of the mid-season finales of The Walking Dead are incredible. Seeing Sophia come out of the barn, still one of the most memorable moments in the series. And again, really sets the pace for what you can expect from The Walking Dead. That nobody is safe, even a little girl that goes missing and you think they might find her. Oh, in most shows they probably would find her, and she'd be fine. And she'd just be hiding out in some kind of cabin or something. Not The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead, it takes itself a lot more seriously than that. At least in a lot of cases. People can point to the Glenn thing and hiding under the dumpster. And you're right, I have no defense for that. I guess it doesn't always, but in that case it did. So that's number 3. Number 2 and number 1 don't change. Number 2, No Sanctuary. Best premiere we've ever had. Incredible episode, probably the best Carol episode of people like Carol. Really exciting with the Terminus. Set the pace for season 5 to be the biggest season we've had in terms of viewers and ratings ever for The Walking Dead. And, again, just took the show to another level that back in season 2, season 3, I didn't really think we'd ever get to. And it was just such an incredible season. It was a great start. Better start than season 6, even though Thank You was amazing as well, too. And then number 1, of course, Too Far Gone, the Governor's final episode, the final battle with the Governor. We'll see if this one ever gets changed. When Negan shows up, it might outdo Too Far Gone. But so far for me, that's the build-up for it is huge. Season 3 leading into that, I remember just being so excited for that one. And when we finally got to see it, I know you guys were too. I saw the response. It was just insane. So that episode 2, again, is one of the absolute best ever, and a big change in terms of the series, going from the prison as a home, the governor as a villain, all those things being resolved, and the group being kind of disintegrated, and just everybody getting the hell out of there. Awesome action sequences with Daryl and the shooting and the tank and everything. Just incredible episode, Too Far Gone. It's the biggest they've done, and it deserves its spot at number 1. Even though No Sanctuary was close, I think, to beating it, it didn't quite do it as amazing as it was. So there's my list. Number 10, Clear. Number 8, Killer Within. Number 9, Killer Within. Number 8, Better Angels. Number 7, This Sorrowful Life. Number 6, What Lies Ahead. Number 5, Thank You. Number 4, Four Walls and a Roof. Number 3, Pretty Much Dead Already. Number 2, No Sanctuary. And number 1, Too Far Gone for the top 10 best episodes of The Walking Dead ever. Just my opinion, just my thoughts. Seen every episode a few times. Compared, thought about which ones stand out as the best by today's standards. The list has to be updated based on what happens with our characters, because this is a series, not just a single movie. So, the things that happen with Morgan later on affect the earlier stuff. So that it is what it is. It will change over time, and we'll see in the future too how things change from here on out. So can't wait for the second half of The Walking Dead, of course, season 6. Let me know what you guys think. Write your list or maybe top few below what your favorite episode ever was if you want to. And if you liked this video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you again probably tomorrow. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.